Hello. Welcome. I am loving doing these live streams with you. Today I want to talk to you about something that is honestly a little bit more just like gonna be very truthful, and I'm not gonna be even on here and not be truthful at all, but um, I want to share with you that I have been really in living in like just living in a state of fear, worry, anger, frustration, and really caught up in the energy of what's going on in the world. And it wasn't beneficial at all. And I found myself completely drained, which is very unlike me. I'm like a human energizer bunny. Very optimistic and team faith in humanity, and that's my norm. However, yeah, the past month, especially the past week, I was in fear. I was operating from fear. And it wasn't until the past few days I started to realize where whatever, and this is not just relevant now, but this is in life. When we are in a state of fear, that actually negatively impacts our health for many different reasons. It affects our fertility, it affects our hormone health, it affects the level of calcium that we have in our body, so bone density. It is so powerful to come back to this place, and I really find that the root of all of it is being unwell in the mind, having stress, having fear. And really, I think if we look at the basis of all of these different challenges that we might have, whether it's genetic or lifestyle or anything, there is some level of stress that precedes it. This is what I believe. And so for myself, I'll just share with you, yeah, that I was in a different place the past few weeks. I'm going to say this past month, and again, especially the past week, because no matter, I'm going to say just be, calling the current reality of life right now. And might be two different sides. As humans, we're very dualistic in our thinking, and myself included, until I really catch myself doing so. So, we have this notion of good versus evil, healthy food, not healthy food, or good food, bad food. It's funny because when I coach and consult with my clients, I don't believe there is a good food or bad food. I just don't. It's like there's food that gives you energy, there's food that might give you acne, there's food that make you sleepy, and then there's foods that give you energy, that you have smooth digestion, foods that give you, like the foods that agree with you, okay? But it's not inherently, like a donut is not inherently bad or a banana inherently good. I do fully believe that the energy that we have on a daily basis, this balanced mind, does make a difference in how the body assimilates, absorbs, digests food. Because when we're under stress, for example, the intestines have a very similar muscle tissue, like with our bicep, it contracts. And so if we're under fear and worry, our intestines are contracted. And then we're not able to eliminate the toxins and the waste that the body naturally does, right? And then we end up looking at like constipation or diarrhea or whatever as the end result, and we focus on that. But really, what caused it? And even for myself, like when I was in the state of fear and anger, I was just so tired. I was exhausted. I truly was. Maybe you watched my videos last week and you're like, damn, she looks tired, right? And I felt it. And today I was on this walk. This is just not even too long ago, but I'm thinking, rise above fear. Because this is just about, and this is like not just in this time of life. This is any time, whether it's work or your relationships, whatever it is. If our problems are down here and we fear of not having enough, we fear not being good enough, and yet the solution is up here. Let's say your problems are here, the fear, and then the solution is up here. We have to rise above it and choose to and be aware and not get caught up in the energy of fear. Because here is how fear or stress affects fertility, for example. So we have the mother hormone called pregnenolone, and it is the precursor to our sex hormones, including our survival hormone, cortisol. But when we constantly have these thoughts of fear, anxiety, worry, it actually, so then pregnenolone makes cortisol as well as progesterone, which maintains your uterine lining, keeps you calm, has your menstrual cycle stable. Okay, and so what happens is that pregnenolone will create more resources for cortisol, okay? And therefore, you don't have enough progesterone to maintain your uterine lining. So maybe you're getting multiple periods in a month, which was happening to me. I was getting 4 to 6 periods in a month, okay? And so once I started to really calm my mind and calm the thoughts that came up here, and started to have workouts that really supported me rather than I kept pushing myself, that really made a huge difference. And now I have seamless cycles that come on the clock, okay, and once a month, not four. And so that will affect fertility, right? So just, wanting to make that point clear is that the materials, the resources will go to cortisol, so your survival rather than your reproduction. Same with, cortisol. Cortisol actually blocks calcium absorption in the body. What else? Again, we'll talk about the constipation. Same with the heart. Same with the thyroid. Under constant cortisol, it'll actually, you won't be producing as much thyroid stimulating hormone. And so, again, whether this is relevant now during 2021 or we're in 2040 and this is what's happening now, as long in the past, there's always going to be something that stresses us out. There's always going to be some sort of fear because the mind creates it. And I'm very, very, very familiar with that, okay? And so, whatever situation you're in, I invite you to see how you can first and foremost release the fears and be very familiar with it, because that's what I had to do. Like, what am I actually afraid of? What do I think is going to happen? And I realized that in fear, I fear that something that's going to happen that's not in reality. Okay, and so that we just create that and we feed that in our mind more. So what I did, for example, this morning is I had to find a way to release this fear that I really felt in my body. Okay, and so whether you need to dance it out, you need to cry it out, shake it out. I used drums and Rage Against the Machine and System of a Down to drum out this fear that I had, and I felt it arise within me. And I really do believe that when we hold on to emotion in the body, it gets stuck there, just like a river being blocked, like the energy is being blocked, and it creates illness or disease. Okay, this is very much mind body medicine. Um, and so first I had to release it. I had to identify and then release it. Okay, and I really felt this spaciousness within. And for me, I had to, especially as when we've almost been taught, like, no, just be good and like, no need to shout or whatever it is. And for me, I was screaming the lyrics, I was drumming away. And so, I don't know, I feel like for me, that's what I had to do. I had to, like let it out in an angry but productive way. And then that really opened up a lot of space. And then I said, what do I want to do instead? Okay, and that really has shifted things for me, and just really understanding that I can see things in a middle ground and rise above fear, because when the opposite of fear is love, and when we're coming from a place of love, that's when we can make different decisions. Because when we make a decision based off of fear, we might say something differently, we might do a different action, versus coming from a place of what would love do? And that has really been helping me in the current, the current situation, and especially if you are a sensitive being, I'm sure you are, if you're attracted to my channel and my content. Really, really important to really take good care of ourselves, sleep, proper nutrition, having, whether it's massage or acupuncture, going for a run or walk or yoga, Pilates, some sort of movement. And I really find inspirational, whether it's faith-based or spiritual-based content that really elevates the spirit and the soul, is going to make a big difference as well. So I really, really hope that this message helped someone out there who also needed to hear this. I know this is something that I needed to integrate myself, and I know that this is the best thing that we can do for ourselves in the world right now. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you for the next video. Mwah.